Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Alan Wake 2, where Alan has just finished laying on the detectives in his own words, a half-remembered nightmare that is completely batshit crazy. In fact, everyone around the table, I think, at this point, has called it batshit. And, I mean, they're not wrong. We know what's happening. We're in Alan's head. We are on top of it. We have seen how the dark place is what's her name, Barbara Jagger, and it's also Mr. Scratch, and it's also a tornado of meaning. But like, how do you, from the standpoint of a detective who's used to investigating reality, how do you deal with this? Also, just kind of like a little tangent here, not really important to the game, but a thing I heard from somebody recently is that an online acquaintance of mine who is not a primary English speaker is that the way English speakers use the word shit is actually one of the trickiest things to learn about the English language, because we use it in so many different phrases. It's in so many different idioms where it doesn't mean the same thing in any of them. You know, ape shit is very different from bat shit, is very different from dog shit, is very different from bullshit. And it's like, that's a weird problem. That's a weird problem to have. I have no idea why our language is like this. Anyway,
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
the thing is, like, if they have the clicker, I don't know, it stands to reason to me that if they have the clicker, then that means that they're working against Scratch. Because if they're working for Scratch and they had it, then he'd have it already, right? I don't know. Let's spend some time putting some stuff together. I suppose... Oh, that's right. None of the... Oh, that's not what I wanted. There's so many layers of backup to perform. None of the shotgun things can be upgraded with 12 fragments. That's why I hadn't bothered yet. Okay. So yeah, we're good on this. What is this?
Casey's favorite brand. Tastes terrible.
Huh. I don't know if this is a reference to the Max Payne games or not. It's been a super long time since I played Max Payne 1, and I've actually never played the second one. And then the third one, of course, was not, very famously, was not this studio, so.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
The things that stick with you. Which is why he is Alex Casey instead of Max Payne, because, you know, the studio lost the rights to... Oh, hold on, what is this in here? Mayor Sutter won't roll over on the issues. Again, I just can't... I really, really don't think it's a good idea to draw a lot of attention to, hey, my name is like a kind of dog. All right, let's just use our whatever it is on Alan a little bit and see if it completely blows up our mind.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter. The next chapter. The next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
It's also interesting that he didn't say anything to them about the cult being the cult of the word rather than the cult of the tree. He's definitely like withholding information. And I guess I can see why. It would be very difficult to trust anyone or anything given what he's just been gone through for 13 solid years, right?
Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. the dark place in your place, scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here, in Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
Well, but Scratch has been out for some time, right? Like, we're not... In the current timeline of the game, Wake has been out of the dark place for like a couple of hours, right? Long enough to drive him back here and then have the interview. Everything's all confused. All right, let's yeah, case board.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
All right, well, we were already looking into the cult. Two birds with one stone. Okay, who's involved? I mean, this is part of... I mean, involved in a sort of a loose way. So the cult's goal... The cult could be followers of Scratch. I mean, that speaks to what they're doing. But why work for Scratch? What does the cult get out of it? It really seems to me, it feels to me like the cult is... You know, I still think they were trying to prevent Nightingale from becoming whatever it was that he became. Either that or they were just trying to get to the words before he could become the thing and then die with the words in him and thus make them inaccessible. And especially with the cult being a tool that Alan is using, you know, even if we don't really have control over them and they're definitely like antagonistic inside the dark place now, I don't know, it's hard for me to believe that they remain antagonistic. Okay, in the Cauldron Lake area. It says right here that it's a Cauldron Lake stash. Is the note inside to scare people off? Do they expect people to break into these? I mean, they're not very securely locked. Okay. Is that it? Are we good? Nothing else has a yellow marker on it. Ah, but
The
this
pages
one
we've
hadn't
been
even
finding
been
are from a
placed.
horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
I wonder, like, did he tell them everything that we saw? He didn't, right? Because then they would know about the fact that the cult of the tree, the cult in his story is also the cult of the word. Okay. One thing at a time. Let's lay out what Saga knows. This is a good way, like, in a situation like this, when you have multiple viewpoint characters and they're keeping information from each other, this having a physical board of what each person knows is a really nice way of keeping that information separate. This does seem like it's relevant to that. Light and the dark presence, they do not play together so well all of the time. Well-lit areas are safe from the dark presence and the Taken, as we well know. In the form of Scratch, the dark presence is editing Wake's story and wants to turn the world into a fucking nightmare. Okay, well, I obviously can't let that happen. Wake was trapped in the dark place for 13 years. Did he experience it as 13 years? That's rough. That's very rough. The story changes our reality bit by bit. Still time to fix this in theory, at least as far as we understand it. Fiction coming into contact with the dark place has the power to change reality, which is what Emil Hirsch had figured out and why he was doing his whole thing. Emil Hirsch. That's not the name of the doctor. Emil Hirsch is... It's Emil something, right? Isn't Emil Hirsch is the name of an actor, I think. If you don't stop it, Scratch will use the story to permanently change. Well, I guess this isn't really how to stop the story. It's why to stop the story, right? But, okay, fine. Must get the clicker before Scratch. With it, the story can still be changed. This is how to stop the story. This place in the dark place called the page called this area an overlap. This really could go to several of these. Yeah, okay. So we got ourselves an overlap subheading. And we did use the overlap. It was weird. It was a weird thing to do. And then finally we have a thing that we don't have the antecedent for unlocked yet, I guess. Okay, well, we'll just hold on to this one. And with that, I think we've got this as worked out as it's getting. Done all of our profiling. Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's anything really to do here anymore. Saving up our fragments for shotgun upgrades.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon. Standing inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her. Her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air. But she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
So maybe the deal is, like, the cult has been keeping whatever it is the Dark Place is trying to do, the Dark Presence is trying to do, contained for a long time, but one of the monsters finally got through thanks to the accidental intercession of those hikers, of the, you know, the people looking for the information for the book. And that's why things have suddenly broken now, or... Also, what the hell is this? What is this goop? You know, Ati said that thing about staring into the puddle, didn't he? I guess, you know, obviously we don't need to worry about that right now, but... Also, that manuscript page is making reference to whatever's going on with Saga's past, which we were introduced to by Rose in the diner, who seems to know Saga and know that Saga's daughter died. Okay. I mean, what am I... Learn more about the clicker. How am I going to learn more about the clicker? The only person who theoretically should know about the clicker is Alan, or I guess, like... Did the lamp lady die? I can't remember what happened to the lamp lady. Oh, hey. There's like a whole physical real-world crime board over here, too. Perhaps I should be paying attention to this. There's information about the other victims that were found. Apparently we do not feel this is important because I can't actually zoom in any further on any of it. Okay, yeah, I guess maybe let's go just kind of wander around.
I feel bad for these guys.
Maybe the thing to do is just
Wake
clear
has
our head a
more
little bit.
information.
Wake has more
I need to
information.
keep questioning him.
Damn it, Wake. Do I have the ability to profile more based on what he said there? Didn't produce any new yellow stuff. Obviously, the radio and television spots are not going to be helpful here. So what is the thing I am missing to allow me to question Wake more? We've read all of our manuscript pages, the full versions. We have all the information on those. I don't seem to be allowed to sit down and question Wake anymore. I agree that I should. It seems like the thing to do. But I really can't interact with him. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna pause the video and just save and quit and reload the game real quick just to see. It might not be a bug, but also it might be a bug. I'll see y'all in a second. Okay, I did restart just to check. There's still no like interactions or anything with Alan Wake directly available, but also I was going through our mind place here, and despite the fact that the case board does not have the "there is new stuff available" indicator, when you zoom into the case board, the cases tab is lit up, and there is, in the second place here, there is new information available in this bit that it just doesn't do a very good job of signaling to you when there's more stuff you need to do at the case board, which is unfortunate. All right, well.
The cult of the tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
And see, that's like a weird piece of information for her to have to place because we already placed that piece of information in another one of the case files, right? It's not like that's new info that we should now be able to ask about or anything. We should absolutely have been able to talk about that already. Did that open up another interaction?
It's all on the page. The clicker, the
It did.
cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Okay, you can switch between Ellen and Saga's stories via the bucket in the janitor's break room. Okay. Well, I think we've got some narrative momentum here with Saga, so let's push it. Whoa. Whoa.
Hi, welcome.
Take it down a notch there. That is way too much violence.
Go.
A yarn puppet monstrosity.
Stuffed moose and squirrels one. No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
I hate that. I hate that that dude is not looking at Saga. He's looking dead square at us. That's very bad. He's looking at like the point where the camera is. So, ugh. Very creepy. What are you doing? There's not even any music playing. Why are you...
So who's in for a bet this year?
Okay. I'm just gonna... This place is weird. This whole town.
Bender between the floats.
For that amount of money, you cause it
Hello,
yourself.
and welcome to Coffee World, voted Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park. All of our attractions are family-friendly and available to children of all ages, just like our coffee. So, take a sip of our Oh Dear Diner organic coffee and let the adventure begin! Hold on for dear life on the Espresso Express! Oh! Soak in some local history at the Watery well, where two serial killers once hid the disemboweled bodies of their murder victims. It's not haunted. No. Come join Mocha Moose and the goats at our amusement park petting zoo. Just don't share your coffee with the goats. Seriously, stop feeding our goats coffee. Seriously, it's not amusing. Take in amazing views from the Slow Roaster Ferris wheel. I can almost see the Watery Lighthouse trailer park. This is so much fun. And finish off at our beautiful gift shop where seniors and children under 10 receive a 9% discount on keychains and propane tanks. Welcome to Coffee World. We guarantee you'll jaw a great time.
This is the third time I've requested something be done about the TV in my room. It keeps going on by itself. It's keeping me awake all night.
Yes, sir, I'm terribly sorry for that. We've called a professional electrician. In the meantime, have you tried unplugging the TV for the night?
Oh, there's an idea, Einstein. Why don't I just get rid of everything I'm paying for in that room while I'm at it? Sleep on the floor. Go to the toilet in the corner. Hey, I'm not unplugging it. You're fixing it.
Of course, sir.
Well, that does kind of make me want to investigate the rooms, huh? What was that I was saying about narrative momentum? That's fine. We don't need that. It's like very dark in this hallway.
Alright, well, that's our time. We'll be right back after this next song by the rock and roll sensation, National Nightmare.
I am so out of touch with pop culture. I don't even know if that's a real band. Okay, this must be my room. Something About the Water by... What's that? What's the name on that? It's definitely not Alan Wake. Raquel, maybe? Yeah, okay. Raquel B. Brown? Huh. I guess it's all of the mirrors in the game that are very creepy, not just the ones in the dark place, the dark presence world place. It is really dark in these rooms. Also, wood paneling in the shower. Is that... Oh, it seems... I don't know. That seems like a bad idea from a keeping it clean and sanitary perspective. Oh, we got a sick death rally machine. Pretty solid cabinet art. This is the recreation room. Can I turn off my radio? That song is actually like... Nope. All right. Well, I hope y'all like that song. There is no escaping it. I'm going to close the door. That had zero effect on the audio. That's a do not disturb, which apparently we are honoring. I'm not allowed to interact with that doorknob. What is this? All right, Cauldron Lake, look into news and rumors, focus on 2010, cross-reference with old case files from NYC Cult. Is this Casey's room? It's gotta be, right? He has feelings about that coffee. He has feelings about that coffee. Criminy. This is where we learn that I am an expert detective. And I have detected that he has feelings about that coffee. Okay. What else is going on around here? Ma'am? Are you... She's not dressed like an employee or anything? I don't think she's like the cleaning lady. She's just a woman who is knocking on this door for reasons unknown. Can I? Nope, it does say do not disturb. Ma'am, it does say do not disturb. Perhaps you should, like, not disturb. Have you considered? Tammy didn't want me to come, I can tell. Not like the trip is even helping. I thought getting out of the city would inspire me, but Bright Falls is just a bunch of trees and empty storefronts. I need to find something. I'm tired of writing one-act plays about how shitty the world is. I thought scathing social commentary would make me feel like a real artist, but I don't know. It's not me. I want to write something weird, something really out there, something authentic. But what? Oh, fuck this town. I don't even want to get into what happened last night. It's weird, though. Sitting here in the hotel room, some pieces are starting to fall together. An idea for a new play. A space cult burning down the galaxy in some misguided search for TBD. A lone man, an artist wandering the stars until his destiny puts him straight in the cult's path. All black cast, a musical, a rock opera. It's interesting that it's a rock. The last word is all caps in the sort of subtitle, but the whole sentence is in all caps on the notepad. That's weird. That looks like a manuscript page. Well, that's interesting.
Ed hadn't been the same since his latest show had closed. This wasn't the first time one of his productions had shuttered early. Scathing social commentary in a one-act play wasn't exactly filling seats. When Tammy told him she was taking a research trip to Bright Falls, he decided to tag along. Ed told her he wanted to find inspiration. Really, he just wanted a break from the city. But it was true that he certainly needed to find something. A voice, a direction, an idea, something authentic to himself. Ed knew he couldn't keep using Tammy's money to fund his playwriting. After the argument with Tammy, Ed stormed out of the diner and drove their rental car back to Cauldron Lake to prove a point. Now standing in the dark woods, the sun hidden by the trees, Ed wished he could remember what that point was. Something about masculinity. He cursed at himself and turned to go. Suddenly, he was blinded by a light in his face. Voices shouted and hands pushed him to the ground. Ed struggled in vain.
Huh. So it sounds like the place has drawn them. Well, I mean, I was going to say the place has drawn them in what sounds like a very similar way to the way it drew Alan and other artists. But I guess the thing that actually happened with Alan was that his wife and agent conspired to get him here under false pretenses. So it's not quite the same. But the effect that it had on him once he was here is pretty similar.
Tammy tapped her pen on her notebook. Alan Wake had ridden this same ferry into town when he arrived. This was his entry into Bright Falls. His first steps across the threshold. She wrote that down. She always found it helpful to walk in the victim's shoes, do what they did, see what they saw. It added great color to the book. Tammy felt raindrops on her face. God, again? She pulled up her hood. The rain just kept coming. She missed New York. So far, this hadn't been the simple research trip she pictured. First the incident at the lake, then the fight with Ed. It's not surprising tempers got hot. They were both on edge after what had happened. Tammy had said some things she regretted. She looked out over the harbor. A chill passed through her. She hoped Ed wouldn't do anything stupid.
You know, that bit about him driving to the lake to make some kind of point about masculinity makes me think all of the artists that we know of that really got trapped by the place were men, right? I guess I don't remember too well exactly who was at the psychological wellness retreat in the first game. I remember there was a painter of some kind who I think was a man, and the old gods, of course, and Thomas Zane was trapped, I don't think by the wellness place, but by the dark place, certainly. And then, of course, Ed and Alan. I wonder if there's something about... It's an interesting thread, and it would certainly give Saga a little bit of an advantage in dealing with the place. You know what? Maybe it's worth looking into their bathroom. Nope, unsurprisingly, not really a lot going on in the bathroom.
Hello?
Come on. Ask some questions that clarify what you're doing here. I don't think she's going to, really. This is so weird.
It's not opening.
Okay, that one it's weird that there's a bunch that we can't try, and then there's one that we can try that doesn't open. Well, stuff to remember for later, I suppose. There's also a kitchen back here. Am I allowed in the kitchen? I am not allowed in the kitchen. But it is an actual modeled space in there, so that's interesting. Okay, anyway, to Watery. Very curious about the TV coming on by itself. And I was sort of ready for that guy to say that he had unplugged the TV and it was still doing that thing. But apparently that's not quite the story that we're in. Oh, did y'all see that?
Jules, you didn't forget to pack the EMF reader, did you?
Why would I pack your gear?
Are these people ghost hunters?
Great. Now how am I supposed to measure the energy signatures emitted by paranormal manifestations?
Oh, this is my favorite brand of grifter. I find these people so interesting. Madam, did you know?
I can't wait to hit the haunts.
Did you know that your cell phone is magic?
You know,
Look at this. Watch her phone. Watch her phone.
some locals. Get the feel of the place.
Not before I find
Yeah, there it is. Bam. There is something very strange in this place that has to do with cell phones. It's a very strange kind of paranormal activity. Paranormalism is what I was about to say, which I don't think is words. Okay, I can't get onto the dock, although... Okay. I mean, or like the key, right? But all right, I guess we've decided bolt cutters is how we're doing it. All right, is there anything in this alleyway? Cool. Hold on. This is yeah. This is interactable. What is even the point of a lock that just flashes its unlock code at you? I mean, hell yeah. Free stuff. Shotgun shells. Fear the dark, fear the woods. Oof, local AM radio. That's rough. Hello. She won't actually turn the light on out here. Okay, and I'm not even allowed to interact with that lock, but I think... Oh, interesting. There's a lot of Bright Falls beyond that locked door, including the Valhalla Nursing Home out by the Wellness Center. Yeah, I remember that pool. Okay. I mean, we've got to go out there at some point, right? It's way too significant of an area in the machinations of the dark place. That's exciting. I'm very excited to get back there. I'm also excited to see what these idiots get up to. For now, though.
Yeah, Anderson, I didn't want to say this in front of Wake, but are you sure this is a good idea? Going on your own?
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out. We need to find the cult. Anyone we meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? Must be true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
The quality of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have, this could be a breakthrough. We might solve this thing before backup even arrives.
Yeah, but they're taking their time, so just be careful out there. Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat. Maybe I can shake something loose.
Okay. But remember what happened with the Salt Shaker?
Yeah, real funny.
I'm so worried
They
that
placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery. I should ask around.
I'm so worried that Casey is gonna do something horrible to Alan. Like, you think about how a cop like Max Payne might shake something loose from somebody, you know, and the things that even local cops are allowed to get away with, much less
The flooding is
FBI.
even
And
worse here. More like underwatery.
Nice.
I'll have to tell Casey that one later.
Yes, he will definitely appreciate it. Much more FBI is really what I should say. Have you seen me? Stella. Aw. Do not feed the fish. No catch and release. Cook what you catch.
Hey, what did you used to say your dream job was as a kid? I bet it wasn't dock worker.
I don't know about all that, but idle hands are the devil's playground, so...
Well, us fishing types appreciate you all, at least.
Nothing terribly noteworthy going on around here.
Mind giving me a hand in helping out?
I'm supervising the work. And it's super.
Yeah, a lot of hard work going on here, clearly.
A vote for Mayor Setter is a vote for everyone. For Watery.
Mayor Seta will stand up for justice.
That's good. He's getting away from the dog thing. It's like these posters that say Mayor Sutter will sit up and be a good boy for justice are killing us. What can we do that's the opposite?
Watery's definitely quaint.
Hello.
Wait, who? Oh. Hey there, guy that I definitely saw before just now. Okay, just someone hanging out. What was that sound? I don't know, but apparently I'm not allowed to investigate it. I would at least like lift up the lid of the trash receptacle because it sounds like someone just crawled into one. But whatever, Saga's got her own style.
I bet they have good fish here.
Well, fresh at the very least. Okay. Ooh, free stuff. Hell yeah, these don't belong to anybody. The FBI strongly enforces the rule of finders keepers. Possession, 9/10 of the whatever. What's going on over?
Rascal. What have you been up to this time around? There's only so many times I can keep fixing the same hole.
Okay, I'm not really sure. Listen, I'm not a boat expert.
They hitched her up so securely. I swear this vessel has a mind of its own.
Interesting. I'm not a boat expert, but is that how you fix holes in boats? It just doesn't seem like... It kind of seems like that guy is just banging idly on the hull to look like he's doing something until the FBI agent goes away. It's possible that there's something about this badge and authority that's making me real nervous and jumpy. But also, everyone that we have met in this entire place is super suspicious. Okay. Nothing. That's weird. Is there a dog in this shed? It really sounds like there's a dog closed up in this shed, and also there's a missing dog, and I, like... Listen. I'm a professional investigator, and I just put 2 and 2 together. Can I get some help with the... I don't mean to assume. You're dressed like a person who provides help with doors. Okay, no, a lot of this stuff is closed off to me. Weirdly closed off for a video game environment. About the normal amount of closed off for like a real world place. All right, you've been positioned very conspicuously. Can we talk? We cannot talk. Okay.
Enjoy your day.
Thanks. Really suspicious person wearing really suspicious sunglasses. Person who's definitely not a member of the Federal Bureau of Control. Okay, can't get through the weeds there. The Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park.
A trailer park. Ilmo Koskela. He's that tour guide we met at Cauldron Lake. I need to find him. Mom's family was from Sweden. I've always imagined it kind of like this. Saunas, lakes. Seems nice.
I don't know, like this? Maybe. Howdy.
Enjoying the sauna?
You bet. The steam is amazing on my creaky old joints. I'm just waiting for Ati to wrap up his show so we can crack open some beers.
I've read that taking a sauna is good for preventing dementia.
Yeah, and so is beer.
Well, that seems unlikely.
Ever heard of the Cult of the Tree?
The half-deer, half-man monsters? Oh, sure I've heard of them. They're the reason I can't risk taking walks in the forest anymore. If one of them shows up, how am I supposed to get away? I can't run with a bad hip. I'd be killed for sure. I could maybe use my crutches to defend myself. Do you think that'd work? You're the professional.
Probably smart just to stay in the sauna for now.
Yeah, like a very well-lit sauna would be the idea.
Hey, Seva, a sauna doesn't fix what ails ya. You're a goner.
They also say silence is golden.
Harsh. I mean, we do have medical science now. That saying is probably pretty old. Hello? Nothing. How dare they? Oh, that little wooden moose is adorable. I don't know what that medal's for, but I'm sure that dog deserves it. I guess it's more of a ribbon than a medal. My point is, every dog deserves awards.
Whew. Hot.
Boy, this thing is making some racket, huh? Okay. I suppose the polite thing to do would be to close that. Not much else going on back here. Waiting for Ati to finish up his... Waiting for Ati to finish up his show, huh? I wonder if Saga is going to meet him as well. So, okay, we're out behind that building already. Just run on down the road a ways, I suppose.
Hey, Saga! Over here!
Hey, what a coincidence.
Hey, Ilmo. How did your walk in the woods with Steven go?
Another satisfied customer. I just hope he remembers to write a good review on the webpage. Great to see you back in Watery, Saga. Everyone in town missed you. Super nice to see you again, Saga.
They act like they've known me for years.
Mm-hmm.
This keeps happening. Are you familiar with the Cult of the Tree?
Yeah, we always thought it was an urban legend. Kids drawing creepy symbols to scare each other, but, now it's gotten pretty damn real, huh? It's terrible what happened. We're all in shock.
Well, we're looking into it. Hoping to get things back to normal soon.
We're all for that. As normal as it ever gets around here.
You own the trailer park, right? Mind if I take a look inside?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the owner of the Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park, me, can help you with that. It's good to have our funniest resident back.
Resident? I don't understand what you mean.
If this is your way of getting out of any outstanding bills, don't worry. They've been handled. Must be hard coming back to where you and your little girl lived.
It's like they remember a different reality. Is the horror story messing with their memories? So what is Coffee World?
You mean you haven't seen our commercial for it? Coffee World is a smooth blend of rides, food, and fun. We even had a real moose. Until recently. Plus, right next to Coffee World is the workshop of our own Kalevala Knights motorcycle club. We're busy building the floats for Deerfest. Don't go peeking, though. You know, we're saving the big reveal for Deerfest.
So... your commercials?
They're more than commercials, Saga. Our goal is to both entertain and educate local viewers about the fine products and services we provide. And, Yako here really comes alive in front of the camera.
I was about to say.
Fuck off. I'm just there for the free beer. Not sure what Ilmo's excuse is. Hey, I'm writer, producer, co-lead, director. Do yourself a favor and, check them all out.
Profiling may give me the answers I need.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Saga. I was on it.
Elmo thinks the cult is just an urban legend.
Or was.
Or does he?
There are things that go bump in the night. It's all true. It's all true. Sound the alarm, brother. Gather the troops, brother. Yako, the shadow of the forest is creeping closer.
They don't think it's an urban legend at all. They understand it's dangerous.
Although it's interesting, if there is some kind of local danger that they play some part in mustering the troops against, I can absolutely see why they would want to keep that kind of knowledge from outsiders. But if she's someone who used to live here, and it sounds like lived here for quite some time, I don't know, it's weird that she's being treated like she is on the outside of it, right?
Ilmo made it sound like I lived here. Does he really believe that?
Light, laughter, and love will guide you home. Saga and her daughter. Oh boy. Happy faces raise property value. Family comes first, Ilma. We take care of her trailer while she's gone. She's one of us, Yako. Her spare key is safe and sound.
The Koskela brothers have happy memories of me living here. This must be the story affecting them. I'll play along for now. I need the key to that trailer.
Very interesting.
All joking aside, yes, I would like to see my trailer. Do you have a spare set of keys?
Good for you. Yeah, I have a spare set. They're just over at Coffee World. I'd get them for you, but Yako and I have to head to Bright Falls. The spare keys are in the gift shop safe. I'll call ahead and have someone get them out for you. Oh, the road's flooded. But if you just follow this trail behind me,
It'll lead you there. Call the gift shop so they can give Saga a hand. Yep.
Okay.
Nothing?
There's Coffee World. Need to get across the river.
I was hoping we'd get to see this sooner rather than later. This seems like it'll be useful. Also, these probably. I think we're just headed up here. I suppose I could actually like look at that map, couldn't I? Okay, so we're gonna have to go all the way around the north side of the lake. It is going to be a bit of a run. And all of a sudden, I feel the need to get my gun out.
Fuck!
Whoa.
FBI, show yourself!
It's not even really dark out. I mean, except that it... Except that it was, of course, in that moment. The Dark Presence is maybe having a greater power to exert its will over reality than in the first game. Ah, shit. Okay.
More people turning into Taken. Is
All
this
right.
the cult? Or the story? Or both?
I mean, even if it was the cult, it is still like the story to some degree, right? So I think I'm headed down into that little dead end now. Yeah, okay. I did want to see what was down here. Although it is certainly a bummer that I'm out of pistol ammo already. Okay.
Another rhyme.
And another doll. Another couple of dolls. Deer and moose. One. Well, let's have a look. The gentle beast with a beautiful crown runs through the woods with a worried frown. From the hunter he flees between the mighty trees to make it out alive. Okay. Beautiful crown?
Doesn't look right.
The gentle beast with a beautiful crown. Like, this is between the trees, right? I can't even... This is like jewelry? And that's a house. Am I supposed to have a hunter doll? Hold on. Yeah, with hunter having a capital H on it, I assume there must be... Well... I guess he's in the woods. The wolf could be the hunter, right?
Nope.
Where would the hunter would be here, I guess? But he flees between the mighty trees, so maybe like that would be away from the hunter. Oh, Saga, calm down. I'm working on it. There might be a more...
That's not right.
There might be a more explicitly huntery doll somewhere, too. It may be the case that we just don't have the dolls to solve this one right now. It doesn't look like I'm missing any in this area, so... Perhaps the thing to come back to. So the way forward is... Yeah, I guess we have to go this way. But if there's a weird little dead end here... Nope. No yellow arrows or anything. Okay. Forward we go then. Okay, no way through here. Got some cult symbologies. It's quiet for the moment, at least. So this will be the loop back around to that, yeah, up here. Perfect. I could really use some
There's
more
another
bullets.
cult stash.
I mean, maybe the idea is that they do want any person to be able to come along and take these objects. And the point of the box is just to keep the cult from interacting, or just to keep the Taken from interacting with them. What is this? No, hold on. Ah, damn it. I found another dead Taken over by the radio tower. Looks like it was bashed to death. There was a lunchbox and some weird knitting by the corpse, too. I took care of the body, but that's the third one this month. Everyone keep your eyes peeled. We need to find this guy and let him know the cult of the tree means business. See, that's interesting because it suggests that the cult are not the people leaving the lunchboxes. A throwable gas canister that detonates when shot. Okay. Sure, that's the thing we'll maybe later interact with. I ran right over this at first, I guess.
What had kept Watery afloat all these years? A century, if not more. The locals knew the answer. Grit. Or as they put it in the language of their Finnish forefathers, sisu. These days, sisu was needed more than ever. The town was fading. It never quite recovered from the lumber mill shutting its doors. Now the fishing was drying up as well. Most people had left to find jobs in other towns. Only the most tenacious stubbornly remained. Dug in. Parasites in the body of a terminal patient. Sisu. Some people tried to resuscitate the town. The Koskela brothers double-handedly warded off the impending darkness with their ventures. Coffee World brought tourists, money, and jobs. Coffee-themed fun for all ages. The Kalevala Knights Motorcycle Club built parade floats. The bikers repaired vehicles and volunteered locally. But it wouldn't be enough. Watery needed a miracle. The end of the road was in sight. And it was coming fast.
So they kind of seem like goobers, but it seems like they're really doing some good for this place. Their heart is certainly, in the right spot. And as long as we can protect them from the cult, maybe that's where it will stay. Ah, shit. Okay. We need a different key for this. Or those bolt cutters. Bolt cutters might be a good idea. So does this split off in any really meaningful way? No, the container's marked. Well, there's a radio tower up ahead. You know what? Okay. Here, it looks to me like there's a light room inside here. So let's turn that on. Sorry, my hand is not anywhere near the enter key when I'm, WASD and mouse. It's a weird button to use for this. Okay, a shoebox and a manuscript page.
Saga was beginning to see why Casey disliked the woods so much. They felt oppressive here. Too many places to hide. The distorted carnival music drifting from the amusement park ahead did not help. What the Koskalis had said about her living in Watery with Logan unsettled her. For the horror story to involve her was one thing, but involving her daughter was crossing a line. Something darted across the path ahead, too fast to see. Saga drew her weapon. Her eyes searched the woods. A noise overhead. Saga swiveled to look. A local. A man on the ridge above her. No, not a man. A monster with a hatchet in each hand. It shouted down at her. Hunting season was a bust!
Okay, this would have been useful earlier. All right, I don't want to go too much further today, but let's look around here a little bit.
Another one of those cult boxes.
And then also we can check out the radio tower before we bail for the day. If you take the crossbow out, put it back in the stash when you're done. P.S. I changed the code as asked. Okay, well, change the code to what? We do not yet know. The page was right. That is unsettling. I don't care for that at all. Really sounds like the tortured screaming of the damned, so these shooting target numbers are probably part of like a puzzle, but I'm certainly not going to spend bullets searching on that. And then the radio tower is this way, right? Am I looking in the right direction? I'm extremely not. Okay, follow the road to the left, then branch off to the right. Wait, where is the road? The road's up here. Okay. The road is not up here. I am all turned around. These woods have that effect, you know? All right, I see you. This one looks unlocked. Rad. All right, I think this looks like the way to the radio tower. Maybe? It's certainly up. Yeah, okay, we're on the right path. Boy, the performance of the radio host even sounds kind of like, kind of more haggard and crazy. Looks like I can't actually get through this fence. Not that there would necessarily be a reason to do so. Alright, so we're going to find another one of those lunchboxes around here, right? Isn't that usually what the colorful symbols indicate? Yep, and here's some rocks.
Lunchboxes.
Hell yeah. 7 fragments. Excellent. I lowered my rifle. Standing on the car's roof, I looked out at the carnage. The zombies had almost won, but luckily I was here. Heroes are sometimes the people we least expect them to be. Now my town was finally safe, thanks to me. I slung the hot piece of iron over my shoulder one more time, hopefully for the last time. The townspeople cautiously... Whoa, that's a big scroll. cautiously emerging from their hiding places, surveyed the same carnage I saw and cheered my name, and I waved and they cheered again. Now I could finally get back to my quiet, unassuming life, reading books and gardening and fiber crafts, and being the world's top mycology expert. Suddenly, a hand seized my wrist. I looked into the eyes of the sweet, sensitive writer I had known since childhood. A smile spread across his beautiful, kind face, and I felt at peace for the first time since the zombies had first emerged. You did it! I knew you could. Now we can live in peace together for the rest of our days. That is some rough writing, yo. Okay, well, one more stash, one more set of manuscript fragments real quick here. Oh, no, wait, that's pages. The upgrade station's on the other side of the room. Okay, so increased reload speed, kill an enemy to restore health. Deals increased damage to enemies that are stunned, blinded, or knocked down. I think that Ready for More and Fluid Motion both sound really good. A big part of the problem we have with health stuff is that it's just very clumsy to switch to your health items and then actually use them in combat. So being able to get healing mid-fight in this way, I think seems really valuable. Obviously, the reloading's a pain in the ass, too.
The enemy fell. Saga felt a surge of new energy. She'd been dead tired before, but was ready for more now. She would get through this. She continued on.
Yeah, fluid motion's also obviously very valuable, but that just means that's the next thing we'll spend on. I like the fact that the Shotgun magazine is subtitled A Guide to Navigating U.S. Ownership Laws. A thing that I wonder, like, so obviously I am from the U.S. and I have always lived in the U.S. and I don't really have a lot of good sort of in detail view of how the rest of the world really feels about, you know, there's all the stereotypes, right, of people being like surprised how common guns are in America and stuff. But I kind of wonder how much people really know about the situation. Like, the gun laws in America are very lax compared to basically everywhere else in the world. But also, like, a lot of gun ownership in America is illegal. There's lots of people who have unregistered firearms and stuff. It's just like, first of all, our police forces generally are very ideologically aligned with the people who want to own guns regardless of the law. And secondly, even if they weren't, even if they did want to clean all that up, it's like there's well over like 2 guns per person in most areas in the United States, like on average. There are so many guns out there in the wild. How would you even begin to solve that problem? I don't know. What I'm saying is it's a nightmare over here. Anyway, I think that is maybe going to be where we call it for today. It's a little creepy out here. When you come back next time, we're going to continue to get closer and closer to the amusement park that sounds like an absolute nightmare and just might actually be by the time we get there. We'll see what the Dark Presence has to say about it, and we'll see you then.